right there. All right, so next one, ball's right between your feet, hand on the ball, and with your left hand, you're going to dribble twice right here. Dribble, 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 back and forth right now. Okay, so get down really low. You don't want the ball too far out front of you because you would never do that. So maybe that first dribble is kind of here and back. And that's your routine now. Back and forth. Ready? Go. Back and forth. Pull it back and forth. Pull it back and forth. Head up. Get those heads up, guys. Get those heads up. Clearly the kind of stuff the kids can be doing on their own. You can get somebody, kid can do this in a garage, in the hallway, before practice starts. Okay? Double bounce. Okay, now next one. We want to dribble the ball outside the foot and tap the floor. Dribble it once, tap the floor, dribble it once, tap the floor, dribble it once, tap the floor between your feet. Dribble it outside, right? So we're outside our feet with the dribble. We're going to dribble it once outside the foot. Then we're going to touch the floor and then go back and do it again. One dribble. Ready? Go. Stay low. Get the eyes off it. Get the eyes off it. Try to look straight ahead. Really go for the weight off of the hand. Okay. Now, next one. Got to get this body started to move. So now we're going to go 2 dribbles. Front and front, side to side. 2 dribbles in front. Bang, bang. 2 on the side. Okay? And then we're going to go inside out. So getting the body loose so the body's starting to move. Dribble in front of you now. 2 ones, back and forth. So just like here, back and forth, get it back to that hand again, bring it back to that hand on the side, dribble to the side, and then you go, very good. Back to the beginning, back to on the side, inside out. So 2 in front, 2 on the side, inside out. Now, gotta get our bodies loose, right? Gotta get the body loose and get your eyes up. Get your eyes up. Go with the ball. Go ahead, guys. Okay, right now, we work the hips. I have to tell a story about this summer I was fortunate enough to work up in Reebok for a couple days with a bunch of NBA guards. I had a chance to work with Ramon Sessions and Jameer Nelson and John Wall and Jay Terry and Wayne's kid who just signed with the Sixers, and Isaiah Thomas, kid who plays with the Kings right now. I just worked with them. While we were there, they brought in a man who just won the 110-meter hurdles at the Olympics. Okay, his name is Aries Merritt. And Aries took the guys out on the track, and he told them how important it is to loosen up the hips when they're athletically, to be able to work on stuff so that the hips become looser. And he went through them, took them through a bunch of drills. Now, if you know anything about John Wall's supposed to be one of the fastest guys in the NBA. So all the other guys said to John, you got to run this guy. You got to run this guy. So I was standing around. I heard the track guy, Aries, say to his agent, should I do it? And the agent says, yeah, do it. Go like 60%. So they ran like a 60-yard dash, 180 feet. And John Wall, one of the fastest guys in the NBA, wasn't within 10 or 12 yards of Aries Merritt. And when the race was done, John Wall turned to everybody and said, he didn't even try. The guy didn't even try. So I got him after it, and I was talking to him about, you know, his training routine. And he said to me, Coach, he said, I just won the Olympic gold. So I said, does that shut you down now? I said, have you built everything up to win this? He said, no. He said, I built up to be ready to win the gold. And then 3 weeks later, to break the world record in Lucerne, Switzerland. So I said, how do you maintain this? He said, well, I built myself where I wasn't quite at my peak, but I thought I was good enough to get a time to go in the Olympics. He said, but 3 weeks later, I was going to be at my peak. He went to Lucerne, Switzerland, and took 700s off the world record 3 weeks later, after telling me in private that this is what he was going to do. So what he did really worked with the guys at being able to come up to what the equivalent of a hurdle and have that foot right up. And when he moved, the twitches of his movements were so amazing. So now basketball version of this is we want to work the hips. So now I want you guys to practice handling the ball, putting it back and forth, but on every front change, my hips have to go. So I have to go like this. And I have to loosen up my hips. So on my move now, I have my hips turning on each one now, right? To loosen my game up. So now I get down really low. I'm going to do what with my hips? I turn them. What happens to my feet now? I'm using balls of my feet to turn now. Okay, really going to help the kid to loosen it, particularly with bigger kids. Okay, ready? We're working on our ones now. So let's just front change, rotate those hips, turn feet. Ready, go. There you go. Good. Turn them. Okay, good. So that's the ones. Now you want to go to twos, right? So now in a two, how does the body turn? Okay? So that's what I have to get. So I get down low now, and I'm working on the twos, same thing. Get my body turned, turning my feet, twisting the hips. Ready, go. Head up, head up. Don't move the feet, just twist the hips. Don't move the feet. Keep the feet there, just twist your hips. Okay, then three now behind the back. Who feels it right? Everybody feel good? Okay. Oh, yeah. Three now going behind the back. So now, here's the action. When I change behind the back, if I don't turn my body when I go behind the back, where's the ball going to go? It's going to go out there and I'm going to have to chase it. So I'm practicing now as I put it around to get it to here, to there. I've got the body turning and my feet turning so I can pull that ball around. So get nice and low now, and now you're working on your threes. Ready? Go. Turn the body. Okay, turn. Good. Whose hips above? Who can feel it right now? Good. Okay, hold up. Right now, you get that like 20 seconds each. Now you put them on the grill now. Now we would go 20 seconds of ones, then twos, then threes. So what we'll do now is we'll do the drill now. Give me two ones, give me two twos, and two threes, and then back to the ones again. So we're going to go up. So I start my left hand. I got two ones, right? Then I got two twos, then I got two threes right now, and I'm back to the ones again. Ready? Go. Hips. Keep turning the hips. It's a hip drill right now. You're handling to get those hips moving. Okay, good. Okay, now, that gets us up to some numbers, right? Ball's in the left hand, and we're dribbling right now. Okay? I'm going to call a number out. I call a number out, okay? If I say one, now you got the ball in the other hand, right? If I make a one call, it's one move right now. One's a front change, two, like three. All right, so we start ball's in that left hand. Let's get the stance. That other arm, very important. Arm bent at the elbow right here. But not no, like out. Yeah, a lot of, I don't know what reason kids close their hands or they move their arms. Here's where I want my arm to be right now. So if I'm handling, right? If I'm handling, if I twist my body, then that arm kind of winds up in the same position. I'm straight on here. If I turn my body a little bit, it's going to be here. Okay? That's the position my arms are always going to be in. So I'm working now on a number. So everybody's doing a lefty. Get that arm. Get the elbow. Get the elbow. Good. Get the elbow. 12. I'm sorry, we'll do one. Sorry, we'll do one. I don't want to kill it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1. All right, that gets us going. Now we're going to combo. Start lefty, two moves. We give you two numbers. Okay? Give you two numbers. All right, ready? Start with it. Ball in the left hand, dribble the ball. Get the stance. 11, 12, 31, 22, 13, 23, 12, 22, 32. We become number challenged along the way. Okay, we become number challenged, and it gets them to go. So then, when you've gotten from that, okay, we went to twists, and we start calling numbers. Now, we go against the wall. Okay, so you guys are going to pick a spot against the wall. All right, and what they're going to do, the ball's going to start in your left hand. Like you're facing the wall, you're facing the wall, so you can touch it. Spread out, you have a move. Okay, and you start now, and pull in your left hand. And you're going to take the ball, and you're going to switch it from your left to your right, touch the ball. Okay? Now, the second move is going to take your number 2 and put it between the legs, and then you're going to touch straight out on the wall. Ball's here now, it's going to go behind your back, and you have to touch it again. And then you work back around. So now, 1, touch the ball. 2, straight ahead. 3, step forward, go to your mouth, and then some of the shoulder. Okay? And then we're going to keep working on that. So 1, 2, 3, and go back to 1, 2, 3 again. I saw Jay do this, and he did a little practice. We try to help players, and the kids were never even. So when I got the little guy was always chasing the ball, the other guy wasn't able to practice. Now, the wall is a great partner, because you know the concentration is touching that ball. Okay, so I'm ready for the left. That's it, go. Put your hands, across the floor, then between the legs, straight ahead, behind the back, with the right shoulder. Ready, go. It's good for the combination moves, but it's also good for your hands, because your hands now are not, your hands are moving, and you focus on what your hands are doing more. Okay, all right, come on here. Now, on the word on the hand speed. Now, we're going to go. So we're going to spread out. Okay, we're going to spread out. That kind of where we were. Same position. Okay, so now we're going to take the ball in the left hand, and we're going to dribble the ball left to right. We're going to catch the ball with the right hand it here as fast as possible, and then dribble again and bring it over. So just practice dribbling it from one hand to another, and then pull down the ball. That's only one dribble. You take one dribble, pull the ball from here, right back with that hand, and then you start again. So quick dribbling and pull it right back. Get it right back. Get it right back on your hip. Right back on your hip. Get your eye up. Stuff, right? Good stuff now. Guaranteed it's going to help. If we can get it done on a pretty regular basis, it's definitely going to help hand speed. Handles going to get sharp. So now we go number 2. So now with 2, between the legs, pull back here. Between the legs, pull back. Okay, pull back. Ready? Go. Head up, head up, head up. Pull it. Behind the back, right? Pull it back to the front again. Ready? Now, what do you need? Because we did this already. Got to get those hip steps to move fine. You can't get to it quick if it's getting away from you. All right, so get nice and low. Head up. Ready? Go.